for us. So let's get a round of applause for Brandon, everybody.
How's it going? Okay. Well, I accomplished something. The audience walked out before I made the audience walk out. So, okay. Echo. Now I've been chanting for. Anyway. All right. So, as you know, hello. All right. As you know, I'm from New York and everything, and the thing is that being from New York, I get these people nowadays. Just recently asked me this question. Hey, what do you think about the new mayor? I'm like this. Okay, yeah, I was a resident of New York City. But I moved out in 1974. I was 6.5 years old. So I don't really have to say much about like the new mayor. And I hope he does well and everything, but it's like this. It's like asking me about the mayor of New York City is like asking a random Asian guy on North Korea. And the Asian guy goes, dude, I'm from Jersey. So yeah. But anyway, so alright. And people know me by now. I have what they call Asperger's, and people get all they get weird about it. They go going Asperger's. No, it's Asperger's. The P. There's a difference between Asperger's and Asperger's. Depends where you put the pickle. But okay. And all right. So anybody with autism here? Anybody on the spectrum? Throw your hand uncontrollably if you're on the spectrum. So I was like, last week I went to a Halloween party. I had a few friends with me. And we went as a group for a Halloween costume. We went as a group. So there was me, the guy with autism, black guy, a Latina, somebody who was LGBT, and a Muslim. And we went in as a Halloween costume. We were a DEI bingo card. Okay. But anyway, so I was like driving down, and it's a funny thing about being autistic. It's like you see things. I saw this one time. I was like I saw a Tyson chicken nugget truck, and it was just driving down the road, and I could have sworn I saw 50 other autistic people chasing it in slow motion to the theme song "Chariots of Fire." Da 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 da. Yeah. I'm in a mixed marriage. I'm on the spectrum, and my wife has bipolar, and I don't really have much emotions. And so I have to borrow my wife, on the other hand, since she's bipolar, she has a lot of emotions. So I'm borrowing one of hers tonight. Hope some of you like it. But anyway, so it gets worse. So anyway, okay. So there's a big people raise a big stink about Bad Bunny. He's Latino doing Super Bowl and everything. And I think the NFL is trying to get people to get new fans. They want Latino fans, they want African American fans, they want all kinds of fans. But what they really need to do is have an autistic Super Bowl. Imagine that, autistic Super Bowl. So instead of the wave, anybody familiar with the wave? Okay. Instead of the wave, there'll be just one giant stem. Just a bunch of people standing going, ah! And instead of instead of learning how to speak Spanish in the autistic Super Bowl, you have to learn how to speak Klingon. Okay. instead of like cheerleaders, there'll be like cosplayers dressed up as Velma, because Velma's really hot. And also like instead of like they measure downs, as you know, by yards. But instead of like yards, they're gonna do it metric system. Yeah, Bob, it's third down in 0.025 kilometers ago. I think they can use the running game, Tom. And then there's the, and then instead of like the Goodyear blimp, there'll be the Millennium Falcon, because you know how us autistic people love science fiction. But yeah, so I grew up hard and everything, and I grew up without a father. I was for years. My mom gave me a vague idea who my father was. She's very secretive. So I decided I'll just get my own birth certificate and figure out for myself. So I finally got my birth certificate last year, actually, and I finally figured out my father's name on the birth certificate. This was my father's name on my birth certificate. It was this. It was blank. But yeah. But growing up on the farm was really hard because it was like this. It was like school sucked, and the thing is that I was like so on school days they had like bring your father to school today, right? So all the kids had their fathers over for bringing a kid to school day, right? I didn't have my father. And he went, Brandon, where's your father? And I said, was like going, I had to think of something really fast. So I went like this. I was like, okay, yeah, my dad, he's a musician. Yeah, he's always on the road. Yeah, his name's Pink Floyd. Then I said this. I said, well, really, my father he's a weird guy and everything, and he's just weird. He's just gone. His name was Mike Python. He was looking for like a pack of cigarettes and Holy Grail. But then I said, well, I have a real cool stepdad. Awesome stepdad. Steely Dan. So yeah. But okay, so anyway. So and this is about me, especially me being autistic. It's like if you laugh at my jokes, you know, you're going to hell. But if you don't laugh at my jokes, you're going to hell. So go trip. But anyway, oh wait, 1 second. Man, I got a headache. 1 second. Man, I hate when this happens. Got a headache right on my step. Too late. Anyway. Anybody familiar with Love on the Spectrum? All right.
Spectrum. I hate Spectrum.
Well, how I think that my life is. They named a cable company after me, Spectrum Cable. You know the reception's not going to be clear. But anyway, so there was this. If anyone's familiar with like Love on the Spectrum, it's like this dating thing. It's like people with, on the spectrum going on dates. And there was this one guy, and they hooked him up with a girl with Down syndrome, which was awesome. You know, they had this girl with Down syndrome, and she was like she wasn't like everybody else. She was like in the dating world. She was being cool and everything. But the guy was being a jerk. I mean, he was being a dick. I mean, he was just like asking her a lot of questions and everything. And the thing is that the girl with Down syndrome dumped him. Now, how the hell can you be dumped by somebody with Down syndrome? That's like being dumped by Gandhi. That's like being dumped by Jesus Christ. So anyway, that's my set, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe I'll set myself on fire so I can get my attention. But thank you very much. Again, my name is Brandon from Long Island, and you can catch me catch me next month here on Flora, where hopefully it won't be last. But I will also be at by a week from by next Thursday, I'll be over at the Flood Gallery in Asheville, and on the first Friday of of the month, I'll be over at the Coffee Art Music Place out in Asheville too. So thank you very much. Yeah, my name is Brendan Ahern, or Brendan from Long Island. Thank you very much. Hope you enjoy the conversations. Thank you.
One more round of applause for Brendan from Long Island, everybody. Hey, I just want to thank everybody who's still here for hanging out and chilling with us while we finish this thing up. This is not a seat, this is a table. I'm not going to sit on that. We do this every month, the first Thursday of every month, so we will be back in December. I may or may not be talking everybody into wearing crazy Christmas sweaters, so if you sign up, please wear a Christmas sweater. This is going to be awesome. I think it should be a requirement. Like you have to perform. Yeah, at least it's like we wear a top hat like Abraham Lincoln. I don't care.